If a man were porter of Pelkey, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Hey, here's a farmer that hanged himself in the expectation of plenty. Come in time. Here you'll need napkins to know about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there? In the other devil's name. Faith. Equivocator. Here's an equivocator that would swear in both the scales against either scale, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Come in, equivocator. Knock, 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 knock. Here's an English tailor come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. They're never quiet. I'll devil porter it no further. What are you? But it's too cold here for help. I had thought to bring in some of all the professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. I pray you, remember the porter.
How can I my true love know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoes.
When the daffodils begin to peer, with the hay the dogs see over the day.
The poor soul sad sighing by a sycamore tree, singing willow, willow, willow,
Hey ho,
willow.
sing hey ho, unto the remodeling friendship in issue.
And the head of the
Hey ho, sing hey ho, unto the remodeling friendship in issue. Loving their folly. Hey ho, sing hey ho, loving folly.
These, your unusual weeds, to each part of you does give a life. No shepherdess, but Flora, appearing in April's front. This, your sheep shearing, is a meeting of the petty gods, and you, the queen of.
My gracious lord, to chide at your extremes does not become me. Oh, pardon that I named them. Your gracious self, the gracious plot of land that you've acquired was sheep wearing, and me, most goddess-like, pranked up, and in our feast in every mess, the folly and the feeders digested with a custom. I should blush to see you so attired, swoon to show myself a glass.
I bless the time my good falcon made her flight across thy father's land.
Hermania, thou art hereby accused of adultery, treason, and conspiracy to murder the king, our lord.
Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part, none other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. Mine integrity being counted falsehood shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if divine powers behold our human actions as they do, I doubt it not then, but innocence shall make false accusations blush, and tyranny tremble at patience.
I ne'er heard yet that any of these bolder vices wanted less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first.
That's true enough. though 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it.
More than mistress of which comes to me in name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess I loved him, as in honor he required, with such a love as might become a lady like me, with a love even such, so and no other but yourself commanded, as it was yours. Now, for conspiracy, I know not how it tastes, though it be dished for me to try how.
You knew of his departure, as you know what you have undertaken to do in his absence.
Sir, my life stands in the level of your dreams, which I lay down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. As you were past all shame, those of your fact are so past all truth, which to confirm to dance or that denies. For as thy brat had been cast out like to itself, and her father roaming in, it is indeed more criminal in thee than it. So thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. To me life can be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred like one infectious. My third comfort, starved most unluckily, is from my breast, the most innocent milk in its most innocent mouth, haled out to murder, myself on every post proclaimed as strumpet, with immodest hatred the childbed privilege denied which longs to women of all fashion. Now tell me, my liege, what blessings I have here alive that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet hear this. If I shall be contemned upon surmises, all proof sleeping else, but when your jealousies awake, I tell you 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo, be my judge.
By Jove, afford you cause. To me the differences causes dread. Your greatness was not meant to be used for fear, but even still I tremble to think that your father may pass this way as you did. How would he look to see his work so nobly and vilely bound up? What would he say, and how would I in these borrowed flaunts hold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities to love, have taken the shapes of beasts upon them. Jupiter became a bull and bellowed. The green Neptune a ram and bleated. And the fire-robed god, golden Apollo, a poor humble swain, as I see now. Their transformations were never for a piece of beauty so rarer, nor in a way so chaste. For my desires run not before mine honor, nor my lusts burn harder than my faith.
Your vessels and your spells provide your charms and everything beside. I am for the air. This night I'll spend unto abysmal and a faithful land. Great business must be wrought ere noon. Upon the corner of the moon there lies a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it ere it hits the ground, and that, distilled by magic's light, shall bring such artificial sprites that in the strength of their illusion shall lead him on to his confusion. He shall spare in face, scorn death, and bear his hopes both wisdom, grace, and fear. And we all know that security is mortal's chiefest enemy.
Signor Antonio, many a time and all. In the Rialto, you have rated me on my moneys and usances. Still, I borne it with a patient shrug, for sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You call me a misbeliever, a cutthroat dog. You spit on my Jewish gabardine, and all for use of which is my own. Now it appears you need my help.
Happy in this, she is not yet so old, but she may learn. Happier than this, she's not bred so dull, but she can learn. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours to be directed.
Thy husband is thy lord, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee and for thy maintenance, commits his body to painful labor both by sea and land, to watch the night in cold, the day in storm, and craves no other tribute at thy hand but love, fair looks, and true obedience, too little payment for such great a debt.
Oh. Hath honor any skill in surgery? No. Well, what is honor? A word. What is that word, honor? Air. A trim reckoning. Who hath it? He that died a Wednesday.
No, good my lord. Banish Bardolph, banish Poins, banish Peto. But for good Jack Falstaff, for true Jack Falstaff, for valiant Jack Falstaff, and more valiant being as he is old, Jack Falstaff, banish not him thy Harry's company. Banish not him thy Harry's company. Banish plump Jack, and banish all the world.
Who hath it? He that died of Wednesday. Doth he feel it? No. Doth he hear it? No. It is insensible then? Aye, to the dead. But will it live with the living? No. Why? Distraction will not suffer it, therefore I'll none of it. Honor is a mere escutcheon, and therefore ends my catechism.
Didst thou not kill this king?
Oh, grant ye.
Oh, doth grant me, hedgehog? Well, then God grant me too, thou mayest be damned for that wicked deed. He was gentle, mild, and virtuous.
The fitter for the King of heaven that hath him.
He is in heaven, where thou shalt never come.
Let him thank me, for he was fitter for that place than earth.
And thou unfit for any place but hell.
Yes. One place else, if you will hear me name it.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber.
I'll rest beside the chamber where thou liest.
So will it, madam, till I lie with you.
I hope so.
I know so. But, gentle Lady Anne, to leave this keen encounter of our wits, and fall somewhat into a slower method, is not the causer of the timeless deaths of these Plantagenets, Henry and Edward, as blameful as the execution.
Thou art the cause, and most occurs in effect.
Your beauty was the cause of that effect. Your beauty, which did haunt me in my sleep, to undertake the death of all the world, so I might live 1 hour in your sweet bosom.
I thought that, I tell thee, homicide, these nails should rend that beauty from my cheeks.
These eyes could never endure sweet beauty's wreck. You should not blemish it if I stood by. As all the world is cheered by the sun, so I by that. It is my day, my life.
Black night o'ershade thy day, and death thy life.
Curse not thyself, fair creature thou art both.
Would I were to be revenged on thee.
It is a quarrel most unnatural, to be revenged on him that loveth you.
It is a quarrel just and reasonable to be revenged on him that slew my husband.
He that bereft thee, lady, of thy husband, did it to help thee to a better husband.
His better doth not breathe upon the earth.
He lives that loves thee better than he could.
Name him.
Plantagenet.
Why, that was he.
The self-same name, but one of better nature.
Where is he?
Here.
How goes it now? He says he will return incontinent, and hath commanded me to go to bed, and bade me to dismiss you.
He looks gentler than he did.
Therefore, good Amelia, give me my nightly wearing and adieu. We must not now displease him.
Did he bid you to dismiss me?
He did. So adieu. We must not now displease him.
I have laid the sheet you bade me upon the bed.
Oswald. Good father, how foolish are our minds! If I do die before thee, prithee, shroud me in one of these same sheets.
Come, you talk.
My mother had a maid called Barbary. She was in love, and he she loved proved mad and did forsake her. She had a song of willow. An old thing 'twas, but it expressed her fortune. She died singing it. That song tonight will not go from my mind. I have much to do, but hang my head all out inside and sing it like poor Barbary. Prithee, dispatch.
Shall I fetch your nightgown?
No, unpin me here.
What shall I do to win my lord again? Good friend, go to him, for by the light of heaven I know not how I lost him. Here I kneel, if e'er my will be trespass against his love, whether in discourse of thought or actual deed, or that I have done not yet, nor did, nor ever will. And though he shake me off to beggarly divorcement, love him dearly.
This Slovatico is a proper man.
Oh, a very handsome man.
He speaks well.
I know a lady in Venice who would walk barefoot to Palestine for a touch of his nether lip.
The poor soul sat sighing by sycamore tree, sing all the green willow. Her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee. Sing willow, willow, willow. The soft stream swam by her. Nay, that's not the line. Hark! Who's it that knocks?
It is the wind.
I called my love false love, and what said he then? If I court more women, will couch with more. So get thee gone. Good night. Oh, my eyes do itch. Doth that bode weeping?
It is neither here nor there.
I have heard it said so. These men! Dost thou in conscience think, tell me, Amelia, that there be women who do abuse their husbands in such gross kind?
There be some such, no question.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
Why? Would not you?
No, by this heavenly light.
Well, nor I neither by this heavenly light. I might do it as well in the dark.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for the whole world?
The world is a huge thing. It is a great price for a small bite.
In troth, I think thou wouldst not. Beshrew me if I would do such a wrong for the whole world.
A wrong is but a wrong in the world, and having the wrong for your labor, it is a wrong in your own world, and you might quickly make it right.
I do not think there is any such woman. Good night. Good night. Heaven may such uses send. not to pick bad from bad, but by bad meant.
It is the cause. It is the cause. My soul. Let me not name it to you, you chase stars. It is the cause. Yet, I'll not shed her blood, nor scar that whiter skin of hers than snow. And smooth as monumental alabaster, yet she must die. Else, she'll betray more men. Put out the light and then put out the light. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, I can again thy former light restore. Should I repent me? But once put out thy light, thou cunningst pattern of excelling nature, I know not where is that Promethean heat that can thy light illumine. When I have plucked thy rose, I cannot give it vital growth again. It must needs wither. I'll smell thee on the tree. Oh, bounty breath that does almost persuade justice to break her sword. One more, one more. Be thus when thou art dead, and I will kill thee and love thee after. One more, and that's the last. So sweet was near so fatal. I must weep, but they are cruel tears. The sorrow's heavy. It strikes where it doth love. She wakes. Ugh!
Late eclipses in the sun and moon portend no good to us. But the wisdom of nature can reason it thus and thus. Yet nature finds itself scourged by the sequent defects.
My liege, I am advised what I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash provoked with raging ire, albeit my wrongs might make one wiser mad. This woman locked me out this day from dinner. That goldsmith there, were he not pat with her, could witness it, for he was with me then, who parted with me to go fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together.
Love cools, friendship falls off, brothers divide. In cities, mutinies, in countries, discord, in palaces, treason, in the bond, cracked, son.
Our dinner done, and he not coming thither, I went to seek him. In the street I met him, and in his company that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I this day of him received the chain, which God he knows I saw not, for the which he did arrest me with an officer.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws nigh. 3 more happy days bring our nuptial and this new moon. But oh, how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager who long withers out a young man's revenge.
4 days will quickly steep into the night, and 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall bring about the night of our solemnities.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injury. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, with reveling.
So